I'm 26 weeks pregnant, and just a week and a half ago, I was on the couch, just relaxing, and I had a sneeze. Achoo! And I was like, oh, all right, I gotta go get changed. My husband's like, are you all right? I'm like, yep, totally okay. Just pissed my pants. Okay. Ugh. It's another thing. Bending down ain't what it used to be. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Nanny Joanne, soon to be Mommy Joanne. And today I am 26, I don't know if you can tell, 26 weeks pregnant. And I am gonna be talking to you guys about all the pregnancy things, signs, symptoms, changes that nobody talks about that you need to know. People always talk about how scary labor is, the baby, what you should buy, what you should not buy, how to do this, but nobody talks about like the metallic taste. Nobody talks about you peeing on yourself constantly. Nobody talks about how you gotta roll out of bed. Like, why doesn't nobody talk about these things? But worry not, because I am here and I am gonna talk to you guys about all the symptoms that I personally have experienced that you guys may or may not be experiencing for yourselves, or that will prepare you mentally to kind of be like, okay, so I might pee on myself if I sneeze. So let me just cross my legs and do some Kegels really quick. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, let's talk about the first trimester. The first trimester and the last trimester, they say, are the worst. And first trimester for many women is the worst because of morning sickness, or in my case, all day sickness. Yay! I was sick all day. The first month I was good. Month 2 and 3 of my first trimester, horrendous, atrocious. I hated every single day I woke up. It was like, all right, I literally got like maybe 30 minutes of like, all right, I feel all right. Maybe today's the day. No, but as soon as I like started driving to work, it's like, okay, feeling kind of queasy. I'm feeling nauseous. Like, this is gonna be a great day. Morning sickness can be all day sickness. So just prepare for that. On top of the fact that you have morning sickness, you're gonna have an unbelievable amount of fatigue, tiredness like you've never felt before. Like, I would go to the gym sometimes twice a day and I still would not feel the amount of fatigue that I felt during pregnancy. And that's because of I think it's progesterone, that it's like low-key like a sedative, so that women who are pregnant are not doing strenuous activity, climbing mountains, going on marathons, because that's when you're most vulnerable and your body kind of like sedates you to like woosah and relax. Also, I know some women that become spitters and they are spitting into they look like they're chewing tobacco, honestly, all the spitting that they're doing. And I was like, all right, I don't want to become a spitter. That just looks like y'all are being like way dramatic and extra. Like, stop it, cut it out, just swallow the spit. But I did notice that I was accumulating more spit that I really wanted to. And I did spit. I wasn't a spitter. I wasn't walking around with a water bottle. But I did spit a couple times during the day. It was like that thick, kind of mucusy saliva. And who wants to swallow mucus if they don't have to? Not me. So sometimes in the shower, when I got out of the car, I would spit. All right, let's talk about the boobies. The boobies grow. Yes, ma'am and sirs, the boobies grow. They grow, I'd say probably like half a cup to a whole cup size. They're definitely plumper than they used to. I think that I'm small chested. Obviously there's like smaller chested women out there, but I would say that I'm a nice full size C cup at this point. Before I was like a halfway C, like a nice B size, but I'm probably like a full size C cup now. So the boobs grow. Along with the boobs growing, the areola grows significantly. The areola also gets darker and your nipples start protruding a lot more than perhaps they ever have. My nips never really protruded that much, not even like with stimulation. They'd be like, yeah, boom. So, but now like any little like rub, any little like stimulation, and they are just like rock solid for obvious reasons, because, you know, they need to get darker so the babies can see it, and they need to protrude so that the baby can latch on properly. Another boobie topic that nobody talks about is the tenderness that you feel in the first trimester. Now, not so much, but that first trimester, I remember just putting on a sports bra. I was like, oh, all right, like they're really tender. Or I remember one day I like laid on my bed like that, and the pressure was like too much. I was like, oh, the boobies, they get tender. They get tender and they get big. Nobody talks about that. I mean, they do, but not really. But it happens. So prepare yourself. Okay. It's another thing. Bending down ain't what it used to be. My legs literally have to be open so that my belly can fit through them, and I have to bend down or just pop it like a squat. The amount of gas and burps that you will accumulate throughout your pregnancy is astronomical. I was very gassy, both through my mouth and through my butt. Yeah, you're just really gassy. Just gassy everywhere. If you are pregnant and you are working, I recommend that you take an extra pair of pants just in case you have an accident at work. I have been in that position where I sneezed, I peed, and I didn't have a change of clothes. So now I was wet, didn't smell that pleasant because I peed on myself, and it was just so uncomfortable. Luckily, it was more towards the end of the day, so I only had like 3 hours left of work. But still, who wants to be wet for 3 hours? You're gonna pee on yourself when you sneeze and or cough and or laugh. So just keep an extra pair of undies and pants in your car, bag, lunchbox, locker room, wherever, because you may need it. I also, in my first trimester, developed a sensitive smell, and I could not stand the smell of chicken. I could not stand the smell of garbage or refrigerators. Yeah, your sense of smell, you're like, oh my gosh, this like what dogs go through? Poor dogs, because like if my sense of smell is heightened, imagine theirs. They smell everything. So just, you know, it's fun smelling what garbage really smells like, except not. I also developed this like metallic taste in my mouth, and it drove me wild. I was brushing my teeth like 3 times a day, like every 4 hours. In the morning, I would brush. At lunch, I would brush. At dinner, I would brush. And at night, I would do like a Listerine wash. It was just like so unpleasant. And I'm like, when is this gonna go away? Because like, this is like, I can like smell it. It was like behind my tongue, like where the bacteria builds up. I was like brushing my tongue heavy. That metallic taste, like I almost couldn't pinpoint it, but I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of like metally, but not. I don't know. It's really odd, but I developed this metallic taste that I can like taste and I could smell it. And one day it was just gone, but it lasted a few weeks. I would say like at least like a month. No, I would say it lasted at least like 10 weeks where I would like be like, what's going on? And then one day I woke up, I'm like, oh, I don't have that anymore. Not pleasant. I didn't like that. All right. So at first, bending down, getting out of bed isn't an issue, but as you get further and bigger, those things become issues. So you're laying down, right? You're sitting down on a couch, you're relaxing. This movement right here, just like you like, it feels like I'm doing a crunch, but not like an like all the way down, all the way. It feels like a crunch and there's pressure. So most times I will have to go from here and like roll over to go like that. Getting out of bed is unpleasant too because you feel the added weight in your abdomen. So you can't just boop, prop and go. Like, no, you have to like roll or like help yourself up. It just makes you feel like old and fat. And like bending down isn't that great. Sometimes I'll deadlift to pick something up, or I'll just like squat. But when I bend down, my legs have to be open, as I mentioned earlier, to make room for the belly to go down and grab stuff. But normally I'll never like grab something like that because it's not pleasant. Yesterday I was out for lunch with a girlfriend of mine and the pen dropped and she was holding her baby and I'm like, I guess I have to grab that. So I had to like do one of these where like my leg comes up. Yeah. Also, I am a big stretcher in the mornings. And in the mornings upon waking up, it'll just be like one of those like stretches where I'm still like lying in bed. But for some reason, when I stretch like that, sometimes, maybe it's because my muscles have been contracted, but it feels like I'm pulling something and I'm like in the middle of a stretch, like, oh, I guess I went too far. I can't go back that far. So just be cautious. Like if you are a stretcher and you're laying down or you are sitting down, like when you get up and your abdomen stretches, you might feel like you're pulling something and just, I don't know if you should worry or not. I don't really worry. I just stop stretching and just take a deep breath and, try again. Along with pain. So I have developed lower back pain on my right side predominantly. And my baby is loving being on my right side. Now that she's gotten bigger, I think she's like taking over some more space in my uterus on the left. But like even right now, like if I sit for too long, I will develop like upper rib cage pain. And it's like, oh, please, baby, could you move over? Like you in my ribs. Like, please move over. So I'll develop, especially when I'm driving. I'll be like driving like this because it's just rib cage pain right here, like a little sore, and then my lower back. Yeah, so if you have a chiropractor that does prenatal massages or knows how to like loosen up those ligaments back there, I would suggest you go check one out. I also experience Charlie horses in my legs when I stretch. So again, I'm stretching and I stretch my legs and Charlie horse. So I immediately like contract it. I stop to stretch. I'm like, nope, I'm not going through that because Charlie horses hurt. Like you'll literally be stuck like in a position until that pain goes away. So as soon as I feel like I went too far stretching, I'll just like let go of the muscle and have it relax because I don't want to sit there for seconds or minutes frozen because I went too far on a stretch. It's not that deep. I'll try again later. And as far as like my skin goes, I've always had pretty clear skin, semi dry to oily, and it hasn't gotten any drier or any oily. I haven't had any breakouts. What I have noticed is, I don't know if you guys can see it here, but sometimes I'll see like a little like discoloration on my cheeks where it'll look like basically like sunspots or freckles. See what I mean? Like right here, it's red. And over here, it's a little blotchy and red too. See if I can zoom in. And my face is usually never like that. It looks a little blotchy. Red. Yeah, see? Don't have that line here yet. I don't know if I'm getting it or not. I don't have any stretch marks yet. Don't know if I'm getting those or not. Those are genetic and my mom has crazy stretch marks. Hopefully I don't get those. My sister says she doesn't have any stretch marks. So I don't really know, but yeah. All right, that's all I've got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope that you guys like this video and can relate. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps my channel out. I am trying to grow it. And I will catch you guys all next time with more. Ciao now.